Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, just want to make sure we were live and streaming. Remind everybody that we do have the cameras rolling and we are on the World Wide Web. Good evening and welcome to the Council Budget Committee meeting for November the 16th. I call the meeting to order. We have no minutes. Under the consent agenda, Sharon, we never discussed this, but are we going to apply the same as we do to our regular council agendas? Yes, okay, so is there any questions or comments as it relates to either the third quarter cash investment report? I know everybody's already seen that. And also on the third quarter major capital projects, if there's anything there you'd like to see. Alderman Chapman.
I'm sorry, Your Worship. No, I'm fine with that.
So for me on the third quarter major capital projects, I know Bobby's golfing with all his friends down south or something. So who's speaking in behalf of Bob? Oh, Adam Carroll's here. Oh, so wonderful. So Adam, my question was, in a lot of the brackets we show what the original start date and the original completion date was. But a lot of them, unless I missed it, I didn't see what the new start date is and what the new anticipated completion date is. Was I reading that wrong? And if it is right, can we make sure to have that for future?
Thank you, sir. I'm just wondering at what page you're referring to. I just have the report here in front of me, and I apologize.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Tracy's got everybody's report with her, so she'll look after us.
It's not changed and revised if it hasn't been revised, so the original stands.
The original stands?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm hoping is that, I just want to, so when I look at some of the major projects such as 40th.
Yes, sir.
I know we've reevaluated, the numbers are changing, but I really would like to be able to go with some certainty to the community, because a lot of people ask, okay, what are you guys anticipating? And now that that's changed, I'd like to see, okay, what do we anticipate now?
The anticipated completion date has not been set just because the tender has not been submitted. The tender was broken up into 3 sections rather than one large tender. So that'll go to market the first January 4th is the anticipated release to the market. We are anticipating still a 2016 completion date, but an actual date right now has not been set.
Okay, so 2016, you're still thinking we're going to be good to go?
I'm sorry, sir.
Sir, you still think 2016 will be done?
Yes, sir. That's the anticipation. Yes, sir. Is that 2016?
Wow. Okay. I didn't anticipate you'd say that. Do you want to speak, Mr. Schultz?
Through the chair, just so I'm clear, was that for that project only, or for because I was the only one I think with not applicable for the revised project completion?
Yes, that was the one.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, sir.
Any other comments from council? Questions?
Please,
so
Your
just
Worship.
sorry, so Alderman Chapman.
There was actually 2 for 40th Avenue with non-completion date. One was 40th Avenue East, 8th Street to Reynolds Gate, and the other one was Reynolds Gate to Main Street. Which one were you speaking of? The overpass on Main?
Over, yes.
Okay. So just to clarify.
And I think that's what Adam was referencing, correct?
I hope that's what Adam was referencing.
Yes, you are correct.
Perfect. That doesn't happen very often, so thank you for that.
I noticed.
And it is documented in life, so thank you, Adam. So is there anything else as it relates to third quarter major capital projects? Okay. We're moving off the consent agenda and we're moving on to appointments and presentations. My apologies, Sharon, go ahead.
If I may, Your Worship, if I could just please get a resolution accepting
yes,
the
receiving for information, I apologize. Alderman Burley will make that motion. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Under appointments and presentations, 4.1, we have the 2015 audit service plan, and I believe Pelkey is going to make introductions. And council was asking Pelkey, if you didn't hear earlier, what's for dinner, and hoping that you. So you're going to turn your light on and tell us, I hope. Does that mean no? No. Okay. We'll begrudgingly accept that.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Pelkey. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Brown and Council Budget Committee members. We're presenting the 2015 Audit Service Plan tonight. I have Laura Daniels, our engagement leader, and Laura Olson, so the 2 Lauras from PricewaterhouseCoopers, to present the plan to you. The plan has been attached to your agenda package. So over to Laura. 1.
Thank you, Pelkey. Good evening, Mayor, council members. Once again, it's a pleasure for PwC to be with you tonight. We were asked to attend to present our audit plan for the 2015 audit of the financial statements of the City of Airdrie. As Pelkey said, we have circulated the plan in advance, so I'm going to go through this on the assumption that everybody has had a chance to review it, and I'm going to focus just kind of on some highlights that we should bring to your attention as your auditors. So certainly if there's questions, I'm glad to answer them at any point. So jumping right in, if you go to page one of our document, I know sometimes your documents are numbered slightly differently. At the very top, we talk about our team. As is in the past, I will be the engagement leader and the partner for the audit. Joy, who is continuity from the prior year, wasn't able to be with us tonight, but she will be overseeing the audit of the city itself. And then Laura, who is with me tonight, is stepping in for Angela Liu, who was the senior manager last year. And Angela, if she was here tonight, you would see she's only with us for a few more months, and then she's going on maternity leave. So Laura has graciously agreed to step in to oversee library, housing, and AMSQ. We outline there the various reports. In addition to the audit opinions, there is other reporting that the city is required to make, and so we just list all of it there. Pleased to say that the reporting is consistent with prior years. The audit timeline is also outlined in this document. Just two things to say there, and that is the timeline has been worked and prepared in conjunction with the city's management, and so therefore it's a timeline that's going to work for them as well as us. It is also going to put us in a position to be ready to present to you the findings of our audit at your April meeting in 2016, and also put the city in a position to make their filing deadline of April 30th to the province. The significant risks, again, are very consistent with prior years. The risk of management override controls, as well as the risk of fraud and revenue recognition, so risk number 1 and 3, are two items that we are required under our professional standards to have on all audits. And so you will see that consistent. If you sit on other audit committees, you will see that that is identified as a risk. And we outline here our audit approach to both of those risks. And I would say that it is somewhat consistent with the prior years. However, we always do have an element of unpredictability in our audit work, and so there are a few audit tests that we add to our plan every year that might be slightly different than what we've done in the past, just to add that unpredictability in there. Tangible capital assets continues to be an area of focus, not just for the City of Airdrie audit, but for most municipalities. There are generally some large dollar amounts, particularly with the development that has been going on. And so again, it is an area of focus for us during the audit, ensuring that the additions have been properly added to the financial statements, and that the valuation methods and assumptions used in coming up with those accounting entries are properly supported and are reasonable in accordance with the handbook standards. Materiality, we outline in the document our preliminary materiality. It is based off of revenues, which again is the same basis that we have used in the past. These amounts will be updated when we get back out here to do the year-end work, and we have the actual results for the city in front of us. The topic of fraud is one that we are required to consider as part of our audit, and so I would just at this point say to the mayor and the council that we have discussed this with management. We have no issues that we need to report to you, and we would just say that if there are any concerns by any of the aldermen or the mayor, you are welcome to reach out to us at any point in time to discuss those concerns. And then the final thing, I guess we always leave the best for last, is in Appendix A, there is a copy of our fee schedule. This is consistent with the proposal that we had provided to the city last September, and I'm pleased to say that we still believe that those are reasonable amounts. And then the final document that's included in your package is Appendix B, which is the engagement letter, which in due course we'll be asking the town to execute and return to us. I think that would be the highlights. The only other thing I will mention, it's not in our report because after having discussed it with management, we didn't feel it was going to be a significant issue for the current year, but there is some new accounting standards for public sector entities with respect to contaminated sites, and some guidance now as to when and how you should record a liability if you believe you have contaminated sites. So we've had some discussions with management about that. We don't believe that that will be a significant issue for this year's audit, but it is new accounting standards that you might hear other municipalities talking about in the course of the year. Any questions?
Thanks, Laura. Any questions? Geez, you two are getting off. Is Laura, you going to be speaking or no?
No.
Really? Okay. You're there for support. No, I just want to say that I've heard nothing but good things. Well, we know that you've done great work for us in the past. So, and I had one question. It was around the fee schedule, and I think that's on the Main Street Square was because we authorized them to do more work on our behalf. Correct?
We're continuing the AMSQ audit this year as well.
Yes, which we in the past we've done.
We've not done an audit in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't. Yeah. Okay. No, I understand what you're saying.
Your worship? Can
Yes,
I
Alderman
ask that?
Chapman, go ahead.
I was looking at that. The fees for Main Street Square have gone down for 2015, haven't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have slightly.
They went down $4,000.
And the reason for
Oh,
that...
I'm looking right to left. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
You are reading that correctly, Alderman Chapman. And the reason for that is because in 2014, when we did the audit at AMSQ, it was the first time we had actually done the audit under the new accounting standards. There had been a period of time, as Mayor Brown has pointed out, where the city really just prepared their own internal information and presented it to their board. So in that first year, there was a bit of a catch-up we had to do. It was the first time we looked at it under those new accounting standards, and there was some opening balance sheet work that had to be done. We don't believe that that work needs to be duplicated in the current year, and so thus the decrease.
My apologies. We
That's
do
okay.
everything left to right to the next year, so I was looking at it the other way. Any comments, questions? No. I think we're good. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you.
So can I get a motion, please?
Your worship, I'll make that motion to accept.
Alderman Chapman. The competition begins. All those in favor to receive for information? It's unanimous. Thank you very much. Agenda reports, we have none, so we'll call this meeting adjourned. Item number 6. And we will move on to Airdrie Main Street Square. I did adjourn already, but I did adjourn, sorry. You didn't hear me, honest? Oh, okay. No, I adjourned the meeting.